shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We walk.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon. Dear student, I hope you all are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. Today I would like to explain about narration. Today I like to explain about narration. So, dear student, what do you mean by narration? Narration means the process or action of narrating a story. Or another definition is that making a conversation between two persons. So, how many kind of narration? Actually, what is the classification of narration? So, narration is two types. One is that direct and another is indirect. One is direct, another is indirect. Now, as a student, how can we realize it's a direct narration and what is an indirect narration? In a direct narration, there is present inverted comma. Must adding inverted comma in a sentence. Or indirect narration, they are missing any inverted comma. Just explain the sentences. Okay. So, as a student of class 8, you have to change direct to indirect form. What I say? Direct to indirect form. So, before learning about narration, you have to learn four kind of note. This is the tricks. Note number one. Note number one. When you can change direct to indirect, you are well known that some adverb can be changed. What I say? Some adverb you have to change. Some adverb. Like that, if there is present this, you have to change that. If there this, you have to change into those. Here you have to change there. Now you have to change it then. There are also some adverbs like that. Today, you have to change it that day. That day. If there is tonight, you have to change it that night. That night. If there is tomorrow, you have to change it the next day. Next day. If there is present yesterday, then we have to change it the previous day. Previous day. Okay. So, dear student, you must change those form when you change the narration direct to indirect. That is clear. So, there is another note for you. Note number 2. Note number 2. Some verb you have to change in direct to indirect form. Some verbs. Okay. Like that, if a sentence present V1, that's mean the verb as a present form. So you have to change it V2. Then if already the sentence has V2, so what should we do? You must change the rules. Had, then the verb 3. That's mean past participle form. So I like to indicate here or mark here. Reason is that maximum student will forget the rule. Okay. Then if any sentence has am, is, are, you have to change it was, were. Was, even, were. Okay. Then if a sentence has have or has, you have to change it had. If a sentence has have been or has been here, right? So you have to change it had been. What I said, had been. Okay. Have been, has been, has been. You have to change it had been. Then some modal auxiliary, those are the verb you have to change into direct to indirect form. Then if they are present can in a sentence, so you have to change it to could. If a sentence has will, you have to change it would. If a sentence has shall, you like to change it should, but in your answer script they are present would, you may change it would. Then if a sentence has may, you have to change it might. If a sentence has must, so what should you do? You have to change it had been. Must, we change into had to. Sorry. Had to. Okay. This is the note number 2. Those verbs will be changed into direct to indirect form. Okay. So I also like to mark in here maximum student will be forgotten these rules. Must, you have to change it, had to. So now note number 3. Note number 3. Note 3 is that you have to change some subject in direct to indirect form. What I said? Some subject. Like that. How many subject? According to English grammatical, there are 3 kind of subject. We know that first person, second person and third person. Even if those are singular or plural. Okay. Singular or plural. First person, then second person or third person. So in a first person, singular is I and plural is we. You, second person, you is a singular form and even if you is a plural form. And third person, who's that? He, she. And plural form are they. Plural form is they. So I like to explain that you must be changed the subject first person or second person. You need not to change the third person. So I minimize it. If I actually like to explain with a demo. I am ill. I am ill. Adding inverted comma. She said me. Okay. So now we have to change. This is an assertive sentence. She said me. Actually, this part is called reporting verb. What I say? Reporting verb. And we have to change direct to indirect the reported speech. What I say? Reported speech. She said me, adding here that when you find any assertive sentence, that I as a first person. So you have to change according to the subject. First person, you have to change according to the subject of reporting verb. What is the subject here? Here is the subject she. So you can use here she. Then I already told you in the note number 2, if any sentence has am is up, you have to change it. Watch here. She takes, was, ill. If the sentence has any second person, in that time you have to change the second person according to the object of reporting verb. What I say? Object of the reporting verb. Here is the demo. You must call me. Okay. She said Rana. Now you have to change it. You write the first reporting verb in front of the sentence. Okay. So she said Rana that it's you as a second person. So we have to take the object of the reporting verb Rana as a female or as a male member. We use here he must then had to call me as a objective form. So we have to change according to the objective form also the subject of the reporting verb. So according to the subject of reporting verb, which one is the subject here? She. So he had to call me, change into her. Okay. It is an easy trick, but if a sentence has third person, so you can't change. Okay, that is clear. So already I explained the three note of the narration. Now I like to explain the note number 4. Note number 4 is that the objective form and possessive form. Sorry. Possessive. Those are the case. So you have to change those objective case, even if those possessive case, in direct to indirect style. If a sentence has meaning, so you have to change it him as the male member or her as the female member. My change into his and her. Then our change into their. And your, it changes into three types. If your means the singular form, singular subject, so you have to change. If the word is or subject is the male member, you can change it his or female, her as the singular form, and when it's plural, you have to change your, that's mean their. And you, when this you use in the sentence of objective case or possessive case, then you have to change it as like those three objective. Him as a male member or female member, her as a singular form, and them as a plural form. Okay, I already explained these rules in the third note. Okay, now I like to explain that as a student you have to carefully notice how can you change the direct to indirect, assertive sentence, even interrogative sentence, and imperative sentence, objective sentence, or exclamative sentence, even if this narration is a passage narration. So don't worry, it's an easy task. If a sentence is assertive sentence, you have to use said. When you start the reported speech, before the reported speech, you can use that. When it's an assertive sentence. Assertive. Okay. So you may ask to me that, sir, what is assertive? One thing you like to remind that in an assertive sentence, there is must a subject. Actually, this assertive sentence start with the subject and explain about something or narrating about something. So now number 2, when you find any interrogative sentence, so how can you realize that it's an interrogative sentence? In an interrogative sentence, there the interrogative sentence start with auxiliary or even if the WS word. But one thing always remind that ending of the sentence there is must adding a question mark. That's mean it's the symbol. Okay. So in that time you have to, when you start the reported speech, So what should we do? Yes, when you start, you can use if or the as the same WS word. But I like to clear all of you that when you can use if or WS word, but after that word you must use the subject the first. So I like to explain a demo here. Can you help me? He said like that. Tina. Okay. So it's an interrogative sentence. He asked. Oh, one thing is that, my dear student, you can also use, instead of say, you must use asked. You must use asked. So I indicate there. Instead of say, you can use here. You must use here asked. He asked Tina, eat. Why? You can use here eat. I already told you that when the sentence starts with the auxiliary, so you have to use it. After it, you must use the subject first. What is the subject in here? You as the second person according to Tina. So she. Then you have to change. Here is auxiliary can. I already told you that can change into could. Then help as the present form. Reason is that when you can use the modal auxiliary, after the modal auxiliary, the verb follows the present form. Then me is an objection case. Me as the first person, so you can use the subject according to the subject. Him. Okay, this is interrogative sentence. And if the sentence, how can you start with the WS word? How can you help me? So I like to explain here with the WS word. How can you help me? That's the same sentence. So now you can use without minimize it. You can use here as the same WS word. How instead of it as the same rules. He asked Tina how she could help him. That is clear. If any sentence is imperative. What is imperative sentence? Imperative sentence start with the verb or let. Number 3, imperative sentence. So what should you do? You have to use instead of say, you have to use order, then request, requested, then advised, then commanded. If you can understand those what is not suitable for here, so you can use here told. Then when you start the reported speech of the sentence, so you have to use here instead of inverted comma to or not to. So now my question is that, dear student, why you can use to or not to? Actually, I like to explain that if the sentence is affirmative, that's mean affirmative, so you can use here to. If the sentence belongs to the negative sentence, so you can use here not to. So I like to explain with a demo. Please concentrate. Please help me. Okay. help me. She said me. Okay. This is an imperative sentence. How can we say that? The sentence starts with the verb. But you may ask to me that, sir, here is also adding here please. Please is an adverb. So adverb, when adverb in front of the sentence with a comma, then it's not a fact. If you like to use please, help me please, ending of the sentence, so it's also correct. So how can we use here? She, instead of said, you can use here requested. Requested. When a sentence adding with please or kindly, you can use here requested. If the sentence is ordered, or then you can use order. If the sentence says something to do by the army, police, then you have to, or captain, then you can use here commanded. If any good thing anyone order to you do for your betterment, then you can use their advice. Okay. If you cannot underestimate, then you can use told. She requested me to help. Me here is the first person, so according to the subject of repeating verb, ha. Okay. And in an imperative sentence, some imperative sentence start with let, then you can use, instead of requested, you can use, I like to explain here, any sentence let. They propose to us to make something, then you can use here, instead of say, you can use here proposed. Proposed. Okay. If the sentence explain that we let to do something, then when you can't mention the proposal, then you can use prayed instead of proposed. Okay. So I like to give a demo here for your better understanding. Let's go a hunting. She said me. Okay. So what should we do? We should start with the reporting verb. She, instead of said, we can use a proposed. Proposed. She proposed to me. Once again, you can use here that. Then you have to take the subject here. So what is the subject? You carefully notice that the subject is subject belongs to the third person and object belongs to the first person. So combination this subject and object, there is present the first person. So we can use here we. If they are missing in subject or object any first person, then you can use here they. That is clear. We should. When a sentence belongs to any proposal, you can use here should. We should go a hunting. Okay, hunting. And if the sentence is not a proposal with the singular subject, like that, let me go there. Let me go there. Can I erase it? Okay. Erase it. Let me go there. Okay. So what should we do? She said me. So according to these rules, we can use here the reporting verb first. She prayed me. I already told you that when a sentence is not belongs to any proposal, then you have to use prayed instead of said. She prayed me that, on again that. Then you have to take the subject. Here is the subject, first person. According to the reporting verb, she. Then you have to use might. You can use here should. What I said? You can use here should. Only the proposal sentence you can use should. Without proposal, you can use here might. Okay. She might go there. Okay. It's an imperative sentence. So I like to explain now an optative sentence. In an optative sentence is wish for you, and pray for you. Then what is the rules? The rule is that instead of said, you can use here prayed or wished. Then once again you can use that. So demos here for your better understanding. May Allah bless you. Bless you. She said Rana. Okay. So what should we do? We must start with the reporting verb first. She. It's a boon sentence or blessing sentence for praying someone. So you can use a prayed instead of say. She prayed Rana that you must use the subject first. What is the subject in here, dear students? Allah. So we can use here Allah, but instead of Allah, you can also use He. He, the first capital is capital letter. First letter will be the capital letter. She prayed Rana that Allah might. I already told you that when you find any may as a model auxiliary, you change into might, then take the verb bless. You, that's mean Rana, he. Okay, this is optative sentence. Rules for the optative sentence. If the sentence like that make you get a plus, it's not a praying sentence. It the deservable sentence or deserve for someone. So then you can use in that sentence instead of pray you can use wished. That is clear. Okay. Now I like to explain about exclamatory sentence. How can we realize an exclamatory sentence? In an exclamatory sentence, there is must adding interjection, and even if start with what or how, but ending of the sentence they are adding must exclamatory sign. Exclamatory sign. So in exclamatory sentence, instead of said, you can use exclaimed, exclaimed. Why I explain that? Maximum student forget this spelling. Okay, exclaim with joy or sorrow. When you can use here, if the sentence wish for something or exclaim with any good side, then you can use a joy. If the sentence has grave something, then you can use a sorrow. Okay. So I like to use a single demo for you that alas, I am undone. She said, okay. She exclaimed with, what should we do? Exclaim with sorrow, as the sentence belongs to any grief. Okay, she exclaimed with sorrow that I extends into she, am extends into was undone. Okay, that is the demo of exclamatory sentence. So, to the lecture is completed, but if I get the chance to take another class for you, in that class I will explain about the passage narration. I hope you all are well, and I think I like to say something for you. Keep safe and take your continue your study, and even if take care of your health and practice this lesson and try to realize and pray for all of the human beings, and take care and bye bye. Allah.